Folks, let me tell you how some homeowners are dealing with the massive financial pressures that they have, and then get into the latest home prices and insights for the city of Toronto for week ending July the 10th, 2024. Look, mortgage payments have ballooned for everybody. And for some homeowners, they're really struggling. And it's not just the mortgage payments, it's life in general. Mortgage payments ballooned, and everything else is way more expensive out there. So some homeowners are looking at this and thinking, man, we need to relieve this pressure. We need a cash injection. We need money now to pay off our credit cards, to catch up on our mortgage payments. If they purchased their home recently, they probably don't have any equity built up. So those homeowners are going to have very few options. Then there's the homeowner that does have equity built up. And they're looking at this and thinking, it's good that we have equity. We've got value in our home. Let's go to the bank, borrow some money, pay off our credit cards, catch up on our mortgage payments, and we'll be good. So they go to their bank. Their bank says, no, we are not lending you any more money. Can't help you. Well, at this point in time, some of these homeowners are going to choose to sell their home. They've got some equity. Their attitude is we're going to sell. We're going to have some money in the bank. We're going to become renters for a while, and then we'll figure things out down the road. But then there's the other homeowner that has the attitude of, there's no way I'm going to sell. All we need is some money now. We've got this equity in our home. We just need some money right now, and we'll be okay. And if the banks aren't giving them the money, then they're going to start looking at private lenders. And they're going to look at this. And some of these homeowners are going to take out private lender loans. They're going to be second mortgages on their homes. We've sold properties that have had second and third mortgages on their homes. And it's worked out okay for some of these homeowners. Now, their interest payments are higher. Their fees to set up these loans is higher, way different than, say, going to a bank. But they managed. They got the money. They did what they needed to do, the homeowners, and they got through their whatever financial situation they were in. But then there's the homeowner that is just under even more pressure and needs the money. And the private lender sees this and knows that this homeowner is under massive financial pressure and is desperate. And there's some private lenders that will take advantage of this, and they're more predatory in nature. And if, for example, I've seen this, if you're borrowing $80,000 from a private lender, they're going to put a lien on your home, a second mortgage for $80,000. But they're going to take their interest payment up front. They're going to take their massive legal fee to set this up front, and their loan fee to set this up. They're going to take those payments up front. And although you borrowed $80,000, you should know they're giving you only $50,000 or a little bit more than $50,000 on that loan. I've seen this. And here you are as a homeowner thinking, I just need to relieve the pressure now, so I'll take it. But what you've done is actually dug a deeper hole for yourself. And look, I'm not telling you that private funding is not the route for you. It may be. But if you don't have a plan to get out of it, if piling on more debt like this is the answer for you, you need a solid plan to get out of it, because all you've done is go further down the rabbit hole. You've created a much more serious financial situation for yourself that you may never get out of. And just bad things happen, even worse things happen from there. So if you're going to go the private lender route, know what you're getting into, have a solid plan to get out of it. If you think this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. If you get value from what we're talking about, subscribe. If you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, It's really simple. Up here, there's a link. Below this video in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Now, let's get into the numbers. Here we go, folks. City of Toronto. I have here a breakdown just of average sold price comparing detached, semis, and towns. I do have condo for reference, but this show is all about the freehold market. And it looks like semis and towns trending down. Detached prices are trending down. We're going to start off with the detached market for week ending July 10th. 163 detached properties were sold. Now that's way up from the previous week, but if you recall the last show we did, the previous week, that week ending was a long weekend. Sales typically drop, and in this case, drop quite a bit during the weekend of the long weekend. So yeah, it seems like sales are way up, but if we compare to the week prior to the long weekend, sales are basically the same. So 163 were sold, 29 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price came way down. It's now sitting at $1,502,000. Average sold price over the previous few months has been trending down. Compared to last year, 1,502 is 9% lower than where we were this time a year ago. The median price is 4% lower. The dotted line, that's a 4-week moving average. That shows that average price and median price are trending down. Average price is trending down at a more steeper pace than what the median price is trending down at. So 163 we said were sold, 42% sold at list price or more. That percentage of selling at list price or more is trending down. Listings up quite a bit from the previous week. We went from 322 to 387. There are 2,076 available detached properties for sale in the city of Toronto. We sold 163, but 2,076 are available. Basically, 8% of the available detached properties are selling. 8% are selling every week. And months of inventory, look, it's down from the previous week, but the previous week was the long weekend. So sales were way down the previous week, which shot months of inventory up. So we should just ignore the previous week months of inventory. We're now sitting at 2.9 months of inventory, which is in line to where we were the week prior to the long weekend. So 2.9 overall months of inventory is trending upwards. Here's Toronto broken down into 9 sections. So far, all the numbers I've been telling you deal with Toronto as a whole, but let's look at some of the neighborhoods that produce, some of the larger amounts of sales. Scarborough, for example, 53 detached properties were sold in Scarborough. 53 is almost a third of all of Toronto's sales. So 1/3 of all sales of detached properties happened in Scarborough. Months of inventory in Scarborough is sitting at 2 months of inventory. Riverdale, East York, Beaches, 19 sales, 1.7 months of inventory. Very competitive. Etobicoke, 27 sales were done, 2.6 months of inventory. Willowdale, Bayview Village, 19 sales of detached properties. Months of inventory is sitting at 3.7. Overall, Toronto, 2.9. So some areas are below the 2.9. Some areas are higher. Well, that's, I guess, the point of average, right? But the point is, though, you're going to have different buying and selling experiences in the different parts of the GTA. Let's look at semi-detached properties. 41 semi-detached properties were sold, which is pretty similar to what we've been selling over the previous 3 weeks. 7 of those were at $1.5 million or more. Average sold price up from the previous week. It's sitting now at 1,183,000, but overall, average price is trending down. Compared to last year, 1183 is 11% lower year over year. The median price is 7% lower. Months of inventory climbing a bit, now sitting at 2.3 months of inventory. Months of inventory over the previous 3 months has been climbing, and prices have been trending down. Townhomes, 19 these are freehold townhomes, 19 were sold. 5 of those were at $1.5 million or more. 19 freehold townhomes were sold. That's a big week for townhome sales. We don't see that too often. Average price climbed to $1,216,000. 1216 is 14% higher than what it was this time a year ago. The median price is 1% higher. And months of inventory sitting at 2.7 for townhouses. Here's a quick summary. In some areas, you're going to experience a balanced market. Not too many areas for freehold properties are you going to experience a buyer's market. Fewer. It's more common that there's going to be a balanced market, and in some areas it will be a seller's market still. Condos way up there, but that's a whole other show. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.